All right. So I'm going to give just everybody a few minutes to show up. But hi, Gretchen. How are you? Um, all right. So unfortunately, Instagram doesn't actually integrate it into anything. So I'm actually having to use two computers, one computer and then my phone for Instagram. But yeah. Hey, Timothy, how you doing? So, yeah, we're going to continue to wave to some people. Give it just a couple of minutes, maybe not that long, because I know y'all got things to do tonight. Josh, how you doing? Hey, all right, we got James on. Hi, James. All right. So, it's been a year, right, guys? um, all right, I'm gonna give it just a few more and see if a couple more people get on. If not, I'll get on with the announcement. But so yeah, is everybody having a good night? Hey, Shannon, how you doing? So I'm actually pretty excited about this announcement. It's something we've been working on a lot since, well, a pandemic happened. And we'll talk about tickets. So in the glass right now is actually Yellow Rose's 10th anniversary bourbon for taco underscore. Man, I don't want to screw that up. So that's what's in the glass right now. Patrick, man, brother, good to see you. James Botek, good to see you. Appreciate everybody joining. So, all right. The pandemic has caused a lot of things to happen. Not necessarily good things, but one of the festival's purposes has always been able to bring y'all experiences that allow y'all to taste what Texas is offering in a really cool environment. And despite 2020's best efforts, we're coming back in 2021. We're going to have a socially distanced plan that keeps everyone as safe as possible and allows everybody to taste all of the great things that these Texas distillers are doing. So, which means the festival is going to look a little different this year. It's not you buy a ticket, show up, and walk around and do the things. It's too hard to keep everything sanitized and keep everybody safe that way. So this year, we are going to do it across 2 days. It's going to be April 16th and April 17th. Tickets will actually go on sale on December 18th. I say tickets. We're going to revise that here in just a moment. But in order to keep it safe for everybody and actually hold this event, what we're doing is we are going to do it by table reservations. Think of a restaurant. The event is going to be held at Star Hill Ranch, same place it was last 2 years, in the main street. We're going to have it socially distanced tables. Every table is at least 10 feet apart. Most of them are more than that. Hi, Gabby. Thanks for joining. Renita, you as well. So every table is going to be at least 10 feet apart. But since we are selling tables, that does mean that we are selling it. I mean, so we have two different table types. We have a 6 person and a 4-person tabletop. Now, the idea behind this is that you can buy a table for your quarantine, the people that you have been, quarantining with and things like that. But it's a way that we can get enough people into the venue and still have a great event. So how it's going to be done, it's going to be broken up across 5 time slots over the 2 days. There'll be 2 on Friday and 3 on Saturday. And so Friday, April 16th, there will be a one from 6 to 8. So it's 2-hour tastings, and then one from 9 to 11. And the 2-hour tasting time slot is essentially what it has been the past 3 years. So that's not changing. So what will happen is, and then, I'm going to get into, I had all this rehearsed, and then you know how it goes. So then Saturday, there's one from 2 to 4, one from 5 to 7, and then one from 8 to 10. And so those are the 5 different time slots. This will all be on the registration page. But so the concept is you show up, you're wearing a mask to enter until you're seated, but we'll take you to your seat. You can take your mask off at that point, but then you will have a server that will come around and you will pick your samples off of a list, and you'll be able to do more than one set of samples and things like that. But think of it as a restaurant where you show up, you order your samples, and a server brings them to you. But hey, we are going to have the distillers, all that are participating, are going to walk around and talk to you about not only what they're doing, but they'll have a special bottle for them for you to pour, for you. And so you'll get to talk to every distiller that's present in a kind of almost a one-on-one environment. What's up, Taylor? So the idea is that you don't get up unless you need to go to the restroom, and then you put your mask back on. But other than that, everybody comes to you. And so, so there will be VIP and there will be general admission. So, and the time slots have limited capacity on each one of them for the VIP especially, but also general admission. So, if you do a VIP table, for whatever table you buy, you also get, we're going to have some exclusive pours for VIP. You're going to get a complimentary cigar, and then you'll also get a souvenir Texas Whiskey Festival Rocks glass. But what every table gets, whether it's a 4-person, 6-top, general admission, VIP, is you'll get a charcuterie board, some water, and then obviously somebody bringing you whiskey. Now, there is one difference. The 6 top tables will have a dedicated server. The 4 top tables will share a server between the another 4 top. Hunter, good to see you, man. So there is, I don't know. A lot of thought went into this. We have ran through scenario after scenario, talked to about everybody we can, and this is really the best plan that we can have in order to bring you a safe event. So, but because it is December and tables are going to go on sale on December 18th at 9 a.m., we don't know what April is going to look like. So what we're doing is everything is a pre-registration. So essentially you'll reserve your table with a credit card. We're not going to charge it the day you reserve it though. However, you are authorizing us to charge it closer to the event. So essentially you're purchasing the table. We're just going to give that grace until, hey, we're close to the event. We know for a fact it can happen. We don't have to cancel it for COVID. And then we're going to charge everybody on that day. So right now we're looking at that as being 2 weeks out from the event. So we'll see how that goes. But again, we're monitoring, COVID cases. We're listening to health officials. And so depending on how things go is really going to determine how we evolve things. But right now, even if we go back to normal, we're still going to keep the plan of the tables and the servers, because that really is what makes the most sense at the exact time. So, yeah, I am. Are there questions? I mean, if so hang on, I'm going through questions now. Sorry, Jacob. So our samples limited last year. Was walking around individual winners, planning the restaurant limited things greatly, especially. So the 2-hour time slot remains the same as it was the past couple of years. As far as samples limited, think of it as a restaurant. You are able to order things and do things, but if you're not able to be served, then you're not able to be served. Like, you've got to keep that in mind. You've got to be able to monitor your own level of intake. So, Jacob, I hope that answers your question. All right, so let's see here. Any other questions? All right, so look, obviously, I'm going to touch on this just because pricing is by table, not by individual ticket. So that is going to be something that I will tell you, it's actually less per person this year by buying it by table than it has been in the past. So just keep that in mind whenever tickets go on sale. And if you want to get an email whenever tickets do go on sale, sign up for our newsletter, because an email will go out that morning with a link to the ticket page. And then from there, it will be on the website, the txwhiskeyfest.com website. But until then, there won't be tickets available. Let's see here. Any other questions? Because yes, Renita, you will have to coordinate with a small group since it's usually just you. So, unfortunately, like, we looked at small tables. We looked at two tops. We looked at doing that. Economically, it just didn't make sense. Like, the tables for 2 people versus 4 people just really didn't. Like, we could add a few more tables, but then that meant less people could experience the festival. So 4 top is kind of where we worked through on that. Renita, as far as musical entertainment, we really, I'm hoping to. I haven't worked through all of that, but my hope is that we're going to bring in some acoustic acts that are roughly 30 minutes a time slot. And so they'll kind of be background music. It won't be a full-on concert like we've done in the past. Tim, as far as volunteer times, both days or one day, we're working through volunteering simply because the amount of staffing that we need in order to serve all of the tables and make sure everything's sanitized between sessions and things like that is a pretty large number. But we're literally having staff for that. Trained serving staff, TABC certified, and things like that to do that. So volunteer opportunities may be limited, but there is going to be some from a check-in and registration. So I'll let you know where that goes out. We'll post something on the festival's website about being able to volunteer for some of that stuff whenever we have a clearer understanding of what those needs are. So we'll figure something out. All right. So far, the comments seem to be everybody is on board with this new format of sitting at a table and getting waited on and served whiskey. Don't seem to be too many detractors from that. So, I guess one of the things is, so we're setting it up as a way as the charcuterie that's on your table, you're going to be able to take it with you, because if you don't take it with you, we've got to throw it away. Also, from a different standpoint, because we're all in the main street of the Star Hill Ranch, you'll actually be able to smoke your cigars at the exact time or whatever, because you're not walking around. That was always the big concern, is walking around and being in a building. And once one of those buildings goes up, the whole place goes up. So you'll be able to sit at your table. The cigars will be available for sale if you did not get one complimentary. You'll be able to smoke at the table. There will be a cash bar available as well. So if you're like, you know what, man, I really want an old fashioned, great. Order you an old fashioned from your server, sit back with a smooth cigar and kind of, relax for a little bit. So water is always available. But let's see here. The charcuterie tray will be fitted for the size of the table. So if it's a 6 top, it'll be bigger than it is for the 4 top. Yes, James. That's a good question. So, and exactly what's on that, I'm still working through some of that, but, we're going to get there. But the goal was I wanted to put the tables on reservations available before Christmas. And so I want to get this out now. I've got to work through a few ticketing things, but by December 18th at 9 a.m., everything will be available. Hey, my wife joined on Instagram. Hi, baby. So, any other questions? Or I would like some thumbs up if it all makes sense. Well, I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I'm guessing no comment's a good comment. All right. Josh is in thumbs up and is in agreement. All right. Good deal. Cost per 4 top with VIP. Okay. So the costs are going to be broken down as, all right. VIP 6 top is $650. VIP 4 top is $500. GA 6 top is $500, and GA 4 top is $350. So that's for the entire table. So if you break that on a per person cost, then you're looking pretty good. And Charles Massey, you did miss the cost because I hadn't said it, but I hope you got it now. Hey, Mom, you're on. Thanks. Taco, I mean, as far as it doesn't sound unreasonable from a price point, it's not, considering the amount of whiskeys that are typically available. The goal is not, I mean, it's really about making it a great experience, but these are not cheap events to put on, frankly. All of the whiskey tasted is bought through distributors, not donated by distillers. So there's a large expense to it. And so our goal is not necessarily our goal is to recoup cost. And so we try to make this as affordable as we can based on the cost of the event. So we hope that we provide a good enough experience to worthy the cost. And so far, I feel that we've done a good job with that. All right. What else, guys? I mean, 6 top sold, book it, James. All right. Well, hey, James, actually, if you're a friend of the festival, which is a membership program that the festival has, you will actually be able to buy your tables tomorrow. Other than that, sign up for our email newsletter, and that'll go out again on the 18th. And you'll get that link. So, Taco, it is April 16th and 17th at Star Hill Ranch. So in case I just said the same as location last year, to clarify, Star Hill Ranch is in Bee Cave, right outside of the Austin Metro. And again, all of this will be on the registration page on December 18th. So yes, D_Imaginate. Star Hill Ranch is right outside of BK. Thumbs up. Great. Got it. Yes, Renita, it's a fun change. You will have to actually set instead of bouncing around and being a social butterfly. Enjoy your whiskey this time. So, all right. It doesn't sound like everybody's four tops aren't an issue with people, and six tops seem to be good. So, all right, that's good. I mean, we were working through that. It was one of our concerns of making sure that everybody could attend. The reality is we can't create everybody's perfect event, but we're trying. So we appreciate everybody's grace, support, and yeah. Any other questions? If not, I'll wrap this thing up. He's going to share with his Waco Whiskey Group. Excellent. Okay. Everybody, thanks for tuning in. Cheers. Oh, Charles, sorry. There is a question. How many tables? So there's a total of 50 tables per time slot. So some of those are VIP, some of those are general admission. I don't have that breakdown specifically off the top of my head, but there's roughly 240 people per time slot. So if that helps you. All right. Any other questions? I appreciate everybody's time. Y'all have a good night. Cheers.